Alright, welcome back to Ranma Half Anime Review, episode number 42. We are reviewing the 14th episode of the 2024 remake series for Ranma Half, known as Attack of the Mousse. Yes, that is the name of this episode. It adapts chapters 41 to 43 of the manga. These episodes were all adapted for episode 21 of the original series. We're thinking, wow, basically they cover like a lot of material. Well, that's because basically for the remake they cut out all the filler. That's mainly the reason why. Oh, and I thought it was actually 307 for the manga for the last episode. My mistake about that. The manga actually published 407 chapters, which means as of this very episode, they have to adapt for this series. Let's see, 67 minus 3. Roughly 364 chapters left to go. So we start off basically with the aftermath of the last episode, where Akane got kissed by Ranma. Ranma gets back to normal, does not remember what happened. He basically tried to explain to Akane later on who's visiting the doctor she likes, who actually likes her sister, and basically everybody beats him up over the fact that he kissed Akane, which he doesn't remember that. And he gets beaten up by... he goes home and gets beat up by Ryoga, Kudo, his future father-in-law, Akane's father. They all beat the crap out of him. I get maybe Kuno and Ryoga, but Akane's father has never hit him before prior to this episode. He gets injured up, gets sent away, gets transformed into a girl, and then he just... well, this is kind of interesting. So, then when he goes home, he hops in the bath, and there's a mysterious pink cat comes following him into the bathroom. Because he's afraid of cats, he hops in, transforms into the guy, and the cat turns out it's Shampoo. Yep, this is basically her Juko form. Yes, which makes her at this point only the third ever character to have this. Actually, the fourth character. The first two revealed in the first episode being Ryoga and Ranma and his father, where Ranma turns to a girl and Ranma's father turns to a panda. Ryoga transforms into a black pig for some reason. And of course Akane, when of course he explains later on, when she sees basically a naked Shampoo in the bath with Ranma, she just closes the door and walks away. And of course he gets mad. Of course he beats up a bunch of who center block, breaking up glass bottle. He tries to explain to Akane what's going on. He's sent flying, and then all of a sudden this old lady shows up. Yes, and then she attacks Ranma. She chases around for a bit. And by the way, she is voiced by Barbara Goodson. You're like, wait a minute. Wasn't that Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers? Yes, the original voice actor for her, because she got replaced by a different one for some reason. Yeah, kind of interesting though that basically how we're voicing another old lady character. By the way, only the second series this year. I just happened to come across her in this show, which makes her the entire dub cast of the show probably the biggest name out of everybody. Probably just as big as Stephanie Steve, who voices Akane's middle sister, Nibuki. Yes, she voices the middle sister of the three sisters. Yeah, and then when Ranma chases a little bit later, she hits him with basically her cane. Oh, by the way, she calls him future grandson-in-law. Yes, because this old lady, they have her name in this episode, but this is Cologne. Yes, that is her name, Cologne. And she is, I kid you not, this old lady is Shampoo's great-grandmother. Yep. And we do get an explanation of basically the cat form, when Ranma finds out right away. Apparently, when she returned to China, she got to find her grandma in the, just by sheer coincidence, the very same pool area that Ranma's father, Toby, and Ryoga just happened to go to. And she falls into and by the way, in this scene here, we get the anime debut of a character who never appeared in the original show. That being her father, Yes, Shampoo's father makes his anime debut in this episode. Why he was never included in the original show is a complete mystery, but he's here. He just says, "Oh, my daughter's Shampoo." That's all literally he says. But at least gotta praise the fact you feature a character who was never featured in the original show. And after explaining this too, and then of course basically, Shampoo thinks that Ranma's going to become basically her future husband. Akane was, and of course, Akane's father has been telling Cologne that, yeah, Ranma's engaged to Akane, so why in the world is he? Yeah, it's kind of awkward how big stuff this happens here. So, and then, by the way, she basically is a. By the way, it's revealed she actually got a job while living in town. She delivers ramen noodles, which is from what I can tell, a very common delivery service for Japan. And basically, she just delivers takeout, basically, of noodles. Her grandma makes noodles, and she delivers them in this big steel box, which, of course, by the way, I've also seen in Naruto. Yes, believe it or not, they actually had a delivery service of this in Naruto because the noodles thing. So, and then of course you have Ranma playing soccer at school, and then he's attacked by Cologne, and then he's attacked by a guy with swirly glasses, keeps taking them off. This is Mousse, making his anime debut in this show because he did appear in the previous show. Who is this guy, you might ask? Why, basically, he's a guy who's in love with Shampoo and wants to become her future husband. And by the way, this is the same guy as the original show. And look up who voices him. Yes, this guy who voices him is a YouTuber. And you're like, wait a minute. He's voiced by a YouTuber. Yeah. Who, by the way, Mousse in the original show made his debut in episode 23. Which, of course, that was adapting chapter. Like, you're probably thinking, like, wait, why is he appearing in 43 here? Did he skip an episode? Did he appear in 22? Well, I should point out, though, they kind of adapted the manga out of order for the show for some reason. At least in the case of this show, they actually had the manga in order. Oh, and the guy who voices him is Shangwon Cho, who's a YouTuber. And I looked up basically what he's been in, and he was actually in a movie my niece loves. He is the dancer Abby from the Sama Boy Dancers that appeared in the movie K-Pop Demon Hunters, the most watched movie on Netflix. Yes, he appears in this movie, and yes, he is in fact a YouTuber. He's known for comedy, parody, gaming review, and food. Apparently, he's had his channel since. Apparently, he's active since like 2017. Interesting that he is in the show. By the way, the K-pop Demon movie was only his like fourth anime movie he's in anime role for. It's the character named Abe Shaji. Also is a bathhouse patron and a social media fan. He is also in the film In Your Dreams. Yep. As for anime-wise, he has been in many different anime. You probably think, aside from this one, have I ever seen any anime he's been in yet? Well, he's in Solo Leveling. Really? Yeah, really, he is. Also, for some weird reason, he's in the show Bat Wheels. The show about the talking vehicles. Yes. Which seems like a kid. It's a preschool show, because of course he would do that. He's actually in One Piece as Nakamoto Roshi. You're probably thinking, who the heck is that? I think, I believe this guy is one of Sarahoshi's brothers. Because basically that would make like only the second ever anime I'd come across in a minute. You're like, really? Yeah, really. He, of course, challenges Ranma to a fight. Oh, okay, so it's not one of Hiroshi Putters. Okay, so he's the voice of Cat Viper. You're like, what? He's the voice of Cat Viper? Yep, he's the voice of Cat Viper. You might be thinking, wait a minute, as in one of the minks who heavily is part of Wano? Yeah, he's the voice of that guy. You're like, huh, interesting. Never would have thought. And then, of course, Mousse challenges Ranma to a match, man to man, and the winner gets a Kane. Because, of course, he can't have shampoo for some reason. Yeah. And then, of course, he gets transformed into a girl once again. And then he tries to turn back, but apparently, whenever he gets hot water, it hurts him. So, he is stuck in girl form. And this actually is something that will stick for a while in this arc. You're probably thinking, like, what are you talking about? What arc? So, the arc that this episode starts with depth is known as the Full Body Cat Tongue arc. Excuse me, yes. They pretty much in a way finished up the Nato Ken arc, which basically this episode adapted the final chapter of the arc, which brought a return of shampoo. And this, now by the way, this arc itself, it is roughly like 9 chapters. So, we're probably going to be here for a couple more episodes of this. I'd say about 3 more. But quite an interesting episode nonetheless, and I can't wait for the next episode, which will come out next week. Now, this is, like I said, this is one of 2 currently that I do not have a confirmed episode count for yet. Season 2 could be as much as 24 episodes for all I care. As long as it's longer than Season 1, I'm perfectly fine with that. But let's hope basically adapt more than 36 chapters again, because like I mentioned before with last week, the manga ceased publication back in the 1990s. So there is no reason why we can't have this series go on more than just 12 episodes. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. I'm going to do one comment corner, and it's right back to my just subtitle. Okay, next video. Bye.